Good morning, and welcome to the final day of the 2024 National Assembly. Last year, when I addressed this audience as president-elect, I spoke about bridge building. I spoke about how bridges were more than structures that span chasms and rivers, how they're a testament to our ability to transcend barriers, how they symbolize unity, cooperation, and an unyielding belief in a better future. When we build bridges, we do not merely connect two points. We forge a bond that unites purpose, creates a better future. I spoke about the challenges that lie ahead and how they may seem daunting, but at the juncture of challenge and opportunity is where bridges find their purpose. You know, somebody told me that you need calculus and engineering skills to build a bridge. That's not really true. Everything you need to know to build a bridge, you learned in kindergarten and watching Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. It's about understanding where the other party is and meeting them at their needs. This past year, AOPA has put the bridge building skills to good work. Bridge building does not happen overnight. It takes time and planning, meeting with stakeholders to ensure success for all. But taking time is okay, because the bridge building work that we're doing now is building the bridges for the future. Time also allows us to be thoughtful and adjust if needed as we're doing the building. I encourage us to stick with the plan, to stay the course, to continue to do the work that we're doing. AOPA's leadership's efforts are seeing results. Just as important as bridge building that we're doing today is important, it will net results in the future. The work of AOPA and its members collaboratively participated in the past have built the bridges that we saw of success today. And we saw some of those bridges completed or maybe realized this year. So Everybody Can Move has seen phenomenal success this year. Yesterday, Terry talked about 3 additional states that enacted legislation this year, getting us to 8 states. Those 8 states will require insurance policies and insurance companies to require to cover activity-specific devices. We're well on our way of achieving our goal of accomplishing this legislation in 28 states by the 2028 Paralympics. In addition to this milestone, I'd like us all to celebrate the 28 by 28 Mobility Challenge that took place in July. During that month, $92,000 was raised in support of So Everybody Can Move. And this largely came from outside of our profession. To see this level of engagement and support from outside of O&P is actually fairly rare. This initiative is making a difference and getting attention. It is successful because of all of those that are involved. Other partners like the Academy, NAOP, the Amputee Coalition, hundreds of advocates from across the country, and those who are supporting it financially. It's truly amazing to see the number of the people involved, as well as the variety of backgrounds and stories, which collectively create a very powerful story. Another bridge that's been years in the making is the recognition of the clinician in lower limb policy. Some people are missing this with respect to the coverage of the K2 knees, microprocessor knees, but the Medicare lower limb prosthetic policy will not only expand coverage for pneumatic, hydraulic, and microprocessor prosthetic knees for certain, and in certain advanced feet for beneficiaries classified as K2 ambulators, it also memorializes and the respect for the clinician within policy. It represents a tremendous shift in coverage policy and recognizes the clinical benefits of those prosthetic components to offer an entirely new population benefit from this technology. It's a huge win. But beyond that, CMS has reached across the bridge and included specific language in the policy that actually supports the value and importance of the prosthetist in determining and documenting the functional level of the patient. It reinforces what we've said for a long time. The O&P professional clinician is a healthcare professional. In this policy, CMS validated the clinician in the treatment paradigm. They recognized the impact of our clinical work as on the outcomes of the individuals we treat and how we improve their quality of life, not just deliver a device. It also shows that what can be achieved when we communicate to stakeholders and partners in ways they understand and in ways to discuss common goals. I truly believe that we can build on this win. We can show payers beyond Medicare that orthotists and prosthetists are key members of the rehab and recovery journey of the people we serve. A final bridge I'd like to discuss is the work that we've done at the federal level. AOPA has continued to seek passage on the Medicare O&P Patient-Centered Care Act. As you hopefully know, we've streamlined the bill from its previous iteration to focus on the issues that are most important to the O&P profession and to our patients. Ensuring that Medicare beneficiaries have access to custom-fitted and custom-fabricated orthoses when replacement is necessary due to a change in their condition or clinical needs, an irreparable change in the condition of the orthosis, or repair costs that would exceed the cost of replacement. This bill has been introduced in both the House and the Senate and is seeing more bipartisan support than ever. We're working with our champions to get it over the finish line this Congress and remain hopeful despite a difficult political climate. Last year, as I said, the best time to plant a tree was 10 years ago, and the second best time is now. This is what we're doing regarding value-based care. We know that O&P has a place in the value-based care paradigm, and AOPA is doing the work to help those within the profession best embrace it. In the near future, you will see the first phase of this work when AOPA releases a white paper. I encourage you to read it, see where you fit in, and then let us know how we could support you in embracing this value-based care. In closing my presidential reflection, I'm not sure if anyone here is familiar with the star thrower story, but it's essentially a story about a man who was walking on a beach full of starfish, and he sees another individual throwing one starfish back at a time in the hopes that he could save them. The older gentleman sees the younger gentleman and stops and says, "You're not going to do much good. You can't save all of these starfish. You can't even make a difference." And the young individual reaches down, picks up a starfish and throws it back in the water and says, "But I can make a difference for this one." Individually, we cannot save all the starfish on the beach. We can't address all the challenges that O&P faces, but we can solve certain ones. Addressing even just one challenge individually, and then the collective can have a tremendous impact. Addressing the challenges will not stop for me as I end my term as president. I look forward to continuing to make an impact where I can, to lay groundwork for the bridges where I can, and I hope you will do the same. It's been an honor, true honor, to serve as AOPA's president, and none of what AOPA has accomplished this year would have been possible without the support of my esteemed colleagues on the board, AOPA's dedicated staff, and you, our members, and even the extended O&P community. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you all.